This is Professor Michael Chapman. I'm one of the most experienced IVF doctors in Australia. I believe that an important part that I can contribute is to educate patients in relation to fertility, infertility, and all that involves. These series of podcasts help to educate you. I hope they are helpful to you. If you wish to know more, however, I'm more than happy to have you contact me via email, which is profmchapman@gmail.com, or make an appointment to see me on 9138 4222.
Could you tell us a little bit about the telehealth, the state of telehealth and rural access in general, but also the telehealth that you provide as a practitioner for people around Australia?
So, one of the big positives of COVID, one has to say, is the acceptance by our health system that telecommunication, rather than across the table, in-person consultations are rebatable. And what we as practitioners have learned is that you can actually, via the wonderful medias that we have today of Zoom or Teams or whatever you use, WhatsApp, you can actually talk to patients who are a million miles away, or not necessarily a million, but Wagga's only 6 hours drive. But the 6 hours drive you don't need to have, because I can talk to you here and now about what your infertility problem is. We can then move on in that conversation to actually talk about treatment. We can now e-script, and we can send a script by email to your local chemist, or to you, and then on to your local chemist to get medications. We don't have to wait for the snail post to actually carry a prescription to you, or that you need to travel to a big city to pick up your scripts. IT and the world of today is an amazing place, and that what it does is enables me as a practitioner to be looking after patients basically all around Australia. Ultimately, even the treatments themselves in an IVF cycle, I can do 90% of it remotely. Obviously, our laboratory is based in Sydney at Life Fertility Centre, and you have to come here to actually have your eggs collected. But until the last day or so before that, you can be basically anywhere in Australia. We collect the eggs and fertilise them with your partner's sperm, and then 5 days later you'll have to come back and have the embryos implanted. So it's potentially 2 trips to Sydney, or a 5 or 6 day stay in Sydney. But telehealth has made a huge difference for rural people in terms of their desire to have a baby. And probably 30% of my consultations these days are with patients via Zoom or Teams.
And Prof, just for those who are listening, I've already shared this in the chat, but your contact details via phone is 02 9138 4222, and the website is lifefertilitysydney.com.au.
And don't forget that you can access all the previous episodes by going to our website, www.theivfjourney.com, and select IVF Journey podcast from the navigation menu.